What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Generational Sports. We're back. We're in here last week. Oh, look at this. My mic isn't even on the correct mic. Josh, watch this. I'm about to sound so much better. You ready for this? Bang! Do I sound even better now?
You do.
Thank God. I was using the normal Mac, mic. No. Now when I got this beautiful Yeti right here. Can't do that.
I don't even know what brand mine is. Insignia?
I used to have this. I used to have a nice I don't even know what that is. Fiffin.
So many brands.
A lot of brands of the microphone. But no, we're official. We got that good mic these days. Listen, we were gone last week. Josh had a little bit of a power outage situation going on in the whole town, Josh. The whole town.
No, not the whole town, just kind of my area.
Okay. So just the area. And this is a two-man show. I could have done it by myself. We've done some episodes by ourselves before. But, hey, everybody deserves a week off here and there. Although we don't like doing it in the middle of the NFL season. Of course, you miss out on some things. Don't worry. We're back. We're here. Michael's here as well. What's going on there, brother? And we're back.
Michael, you catch your win on Fall Guys yet?
I don't know what – I think you guys did it to me because I play Fall Guys every day now.
I got my win and I've been done with it. I tried it once or twice, but one game, I'm mad, I'm out.
I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys. Like I come home from school, Fall Guys. If nobody's on, I'm playing Fall Guys solo dolo. Josh, and this is going to sound very counterintuitive as a person who hates soccer too, by the way. Been playing a lot of FIFA.
FIFA's fire.
Playing a lot of pro clubs. Pro clubs. Me and the boys. I'm a nice left mid. My cross game
has it shifted your thoughts on soccer?
No,
not at all.
But it's a fun game.
I'm guessing you didn't watch USA lose?
No, I was sleeping.
Okay.
I woke up at about halftime. My mom told me they were losing, even though I don't know why she was watching. None of us in this house like soccer. But she told me they were losing, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back to sleep.
Did you at least watch the win over Iran?
I did watch some of it, yeah.
Okay.
So I did lie to the people saying that I would never watch a moment of it. But, listen, America's involved. It's one time you feel patriotic, you watch. Like the Olympics. I don't care about half the sports in the Olympics.
Yeah,
still watch it.
I watch a lot of the Olympics because they're on every channel. There's different sports on every channel in the world.
Yo, Did you see what ESPN tweeted out a couple of days ago with like the rally back and forth in that volleyball game where the girl like jumped on?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Crazy.
I might have to start watching volleyball. Might have to start. But listen, before this wonderful program rolls on, there's always a very important thing that I do to start this show, and it's ask Josh how he is. How you doing there?
Doing good. Should finally have everything after the car accident done within the next couple of days.
We'd like that.
Get the payment, but the payment is just going to get a new car, so it's not like get to keep any bread. Unfortunately, my back bumper was messed up before the accident.
Okay.
So they took that off the total payment. I did argue for it for a little bit because it was about $3,000 for a bumper just barely hanging off. I'm like, how are you taking off $3,000 from the payment?
Three racks.
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy, but nothing I could do about it. But yeah, finally gonna be past all that, back to work and back to life. Other than that, been good. Didn't have to watch the Panthers play this weekend. That was nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, got a new chair too. Oh my God, new chair. Not really a new chair.
I've kind of noticed that.
Actually, when I did the show and I didn't have the camera, I was at my sister's. This is the chair I was sitting in, and I asked her about it. I was like, "Hey, it's a pretty beat up chair. I just have something over it. Her cat tore it up." But I was like, "Hey, do you not use that chair?" She was like, "No." I was like, "Please give me that because I've been sitting in a lawn chair for the whole time we moved here."
117 episodes.
Exactly. Now I got a nice chair. It spins even.
Oh, fancy chairs.
Oh yeah, it's nice. But I've been good. Got a new chair. So how are you doing, Connie?
We're all right. Went to the doctor last week. We're all good.
Are we all right?
Oh yeah, we're all good. I had a little pain in my side, and I
Like
was
appendix side, or
I don't know what side that is.
I believe that's the left side.
It was on the left side.
Mm. Actually, I think appendix is right. I think liver is left.
Went to the doctor. He pressed on it. Said, "Does that hurt?" I said, "No." He said, "Listen, there's nothing on the left side of your body." He said, "The kidneys are in the back. Whatever's on the right side, you're fine. We'll take some blood just to be cautious." Got the blood results back Saturday. But my sugar went down, so I'm healthy there. Cholesterol's great. The liver enzymes are good. The kidneys are functioning. My major battle wound, Josh, the lady that took my blood doesn't know what she's doing. Look at this.
Oh, man.
You see this?
How many times she stabbed you?
I think it was only, I don't know. Because listen, I don't like blood. I've come to realize that because every time I got my blood take, I would like get close to passing out. I've never actually passed out from it, but I always get like really lightheaded and stuff like that.
How are you with needles?
Needle. That's the thing. I don't care about needles. It's the like seeing blood.
Like your own or just in general?
I think it's just my own.
Okay.
But I mean, I haven't really been around a lot of people bleeding, so
right.
I can't actually tell you. So listen, now when I get my blood taken, I'm right here with it, eyes closed. And when they say it's away, I open my eyes back up and I'm great. So I don't know how many times she stabbed me, but she certainly gave me a nice little bruise to remember her by.
I don't like needles. Like anytime I've gotten a shot, not recently, but I haven't had a shot in quite some time. Like now I'm fine with them, but when I was younger, could not look at them, cried, just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had a needle issue. I mean, I don't think anybody ever liked getting shots. I mean, I probably wasn't ever happy, but I don't think I was ever, you hear the people screaming and things like that. I don't think I was ever that.
That was me. Young me. That was me. Do not bring that needle near me.
Oh, brother.
You let me see it, it's not happening.
Well, all right. Enough with our phobias, I guess. And we'll get into the show, sort of. We're going to start off with our, non-sport related topics. And you can skip past if you really don't want to hear. But I mean, listen, why not? We're entertaining. Guardians of the Galaxy. I almost said Game of Thrones because I saw GOT, but
I almost typed out Guardians of the Galaxy because I thought you might accidentally say Game of Thrones.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Game of Thrones. You finished House of Dragons?
No. I haven't watched an episode since probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Dang. I think I just watched so much that like that universe, I kind of just gotta take a break.
A little burnout.
Halloween, really? The Christmas special for Guardians of the Galaxy is out. I haven't watched it. I assume since you put it on the dock, that means you did.
I did. It's only like
also
50 minutes.
Also the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is out as well. So we'll get into that a little bit. So how is listen? And this is known. I've said this when we ranked our Marvel movies and when we talked about it. I'm not the biggest Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I know that's kind of blasphemous to a lot of people in the Marvel universe. I don't know. Maybe it's just not for the kid. But I haven't watched it yet. Will I watch it? Absolutely. I'll probably even watch it tonight, maybe after the game if nobody's on Xbox. I'll see what's going on. It's only like an hour, right?
Less than. I think it's less.
Less than? Okay. Also, trailer looks unbelievable. Looks like it's going to be another emotional roller coaster. You expect some people to die in this one. I'm expecting a couple, maybe even 2 deaths. I think, and listen, I hate to spoil anything, but they've been talking for a while that this is Batista, his last contract or something. So I think he's a shoo-in for being out. But I think that since so many people know that, they're going to go for one more. And I don't know who it is. I feel like raccoons, very loved.
Trailer makes it look like it's Rocket.
It does look like it's him. It does make it look like Rocket's out of there. I don't know.
I could see Star-Lord dying. Chris Pratt. I could see him.
Think? See, I was going to say I think he's the only one that's safe.
Nah, I don't think, especially just because this is James Gunn's last Marvel movie probably ever, because he's like running DC now. So this is going to be his last movie ever with Marvel, really, and the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm not ruling out anything with James Gunn. I'm just not. But the Christmas special, It does make me feel, because you haven't watched it. It's really good though. I enjoyed it, especially holidays. It's cool. It's funny. Uh, Mainly focuses on two characters you don't expect Guardians of the Galaxy to kind of focus on. But
Is
I
it
agree. I do think
Drax and
Drax and Mantis is
yeah,
kind of,
I've seen the trailers for it. It looked like that they were
yeah,
the main focus.
yeah, pretty good. Some cool little Easter eggs in there that kind of lead to stuff maybe down the line in the MCU.
Okay.
But the trailer and all that, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. When does it come out? May is when it.
Uh, yeah, because I think Ant-Man's what, February?
Yeah, yeah. So probably May. Uh, yeah, I like it a lot. Very excited for it. You're not biggest Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I am.
I will
So
see
I'm
it though,
super.
obviously.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I'm more hyped for this than any of the recent movies really. Maybe
Wow.
not Spider Man,
Okay.
but yeah, hyped for this. It's gonna be good. Very very good.
Then Andor season finale. That was a
Did you
couple
watch
weeks
Andor
ago.
at all? We've
I
never
did.
talked about it. How'd you
Yeah.
like it?
Remember we talked about this a couple weeks ago too. I was like, I asked you if you watched Andor because we hadn't talked about it, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I watched it."
When? I
This
don't
was
remember.
probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, honestly, maybe longer. We literally had this exact conversation.
Well,
But
it's
yeah,
all over now. How'd you feel about it?
I thought
As
it. I think I have to do myself the service of rewatching it because I liked it, but like the first few episodes, I kind of watched and wasn't paying attention. Like I was on my phone doing the same thing. So like I know what was happening, I know what's going on, and I feel like I just have a bad memory because like it took me like an episode to even remember that he was in Rogue One. So like it wasn't like as cool for me. Cause I think I've only seen Rogue One once. Like I've seen all the other Star Wars movies like 8 times because I mean they're always on TV. You just go and watch them, whatever, whenever. So I think I got to rewatch Rogue One and then rewatch Andor to like really connect with it. But I did like it. I thought it was really good, especially that the finale, fantastic.
very good.
You know,
Yeah,
when
I thought it was.
obviously she's dead, and then
Yeah,
they rally around, and very good.
I feel like it could be a good show for people who don't like Star Wars, think it's like too nerdy and all that. I feel like it could be a good show
Yeah,
for people that like would just get introduced to the world. I thought it was really cool how they just showed it it didn't feel like Star Wars really at
no,
all.
and
Not
I mean
for
like you knew it was because of like certain aspects. Obviously they got the stormtroopers and things like that, but like
Mhm.
it wasn't. Yeah, it's not like oh look, there's Jedi flying around and
Yeah.
you know things
First
like that.
first Star Wars thing ever, I think, without a single lightsaber. So that's pretty
Probably.
cool. Yeah, I liked it a lot though. The they said they announced on Twitter that there was going to be a post credit scene. I was like, oh, I wonder what they're going to show. I was like, oh, it was just a Death Star being built. Um,
Did look fire though.
it did. It was a cool shot of it with like all the pieces separated. But season two
And
of
then
that, I thought there was only 8 episodes of Andor when I first
yeah,
started watching it.
11, right?
I think it finished at 12. I think it finished with
12.
12 episodes. So I was
Yeah,
excited to see that. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
it was
It was
very
good.
good. Absolutely very, very good. Speaking of very good, let's hope that there's a very good game on tonight, and that would be the Monday Night Football game. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing their longtime rival. And listen, as Aaron Rodgers is to the Bears, Saints kind of own Brady. And they're taking on the Saints in this game Monday night. It is in Tampa. So, maybe that bodes well for the good old Buccaneers. Marshawn Lattimore is out of this game as well. I think Fournette is still questionable, but I believe he's supposed to play. I mean,
I
and
hope he plays.
even if he doesn't, they have what is his name? Rashad White, I believe it is.
Yeah, I need
Um,
him to not have a day.
uh, him as a backup who's been, obviously he was very
He's a
good
rookie,
last
right?
week. I should say,
Rookie.
yeah, he is a rookie. He was very good last week in when he had to replace Fournette because he was out. As far as predictions, I just don't know where to go because they're both bad, right? Like
Mhm.
both of these teams are bad, but it just feels like Brady's even worse against them, and they're not having a good year. But it's at home, and Lattimore's out, so maybe that frees up Mike Evans a little bit more, and Godwin is kind of feeling himself now. I think I still go with the Bucks because I just don't feel like betting against Brady again. But I mean, if this game ends up like 17-14
Yeah.
and the Saints end up winning, I'm not shocked at all. If it's 17-14, the Bucks win, I'm not surprised at all because I mean, listen, the Saints offense isn't very good. Obviously, the Bucks defense I don't think the Bucks defense is playing up to the point that I thought that they could be. I feel like everybody has such great memories, obviously, of the Super Bowl run they went on a couple years ago, and we kind of expect that to be the defense that they always are. But they're not, and injuries have played a part in it, I believe. Yeah, because Shaq Barrett's not even there. I know he got hurt earlier in the year. Obviously they lost in Dominican Sue. They did pick, they have Vita Vea and Linval Joseph in for this game. They were both questionable, but they are supposed to play as well. So I'll go with the Bucks. I mean, honestly, I think the key is just what always has made Brady teams successful, and honestly, what makes a lot of teams in the NFL successful is finding a run game. Like if you find the run game, you can play off the play action, and I don't care what people say, a good run game helps the play action because it makes the linebackers move up a little bit more. You got more people in the box. So you hopefully, maybe you start the game off and you can, get a couple runs of 4 or 5 yards. And then you can, continuously do that until, maybe on a third down you get stopped. And maybe even on that third down anyway, past situations you go for a run again. Like I would really try to put the notion into the heads that we are running the ball this game. Like
Yeah,
I would really try and do that. And then once everybody's like, okay, they're running the ball, you take your play action shots, you go into a heavy set and you have a pass as well with maybe, 2 routes. You see people do that a lot because, the offense brings in the heavy set. The defense usually does the exact same thing. And then, you just bring everybody in the block, give Brady a lot of time. And then, you have Evans and Godwin maybe run, some crossing routes, some deep posts or things of that nature. So I'll go with the Bucks. I think it's a very disgustingly ugly, boring game potentially. But I do think that's what happens. CJ?
What up, CJ?
What's going on there? Also, Josh, he did give me my record. I was 11-4-1.
Good week.
And I have Tampa Bay for tonight.
Yeah, I'll go Tampa too. Just because, like, if it was any other quarterback, who's starting for the Saints? Andy Dalton still, right?
I think it is still Andy Dalton.
Yeah, if it was any other quarterback, I would take the Saints, but Andy Dalton is, a worse Kirk Cousins in prime time. So it's not a good pick there. I agree though with the game plan. I think it's pretty much gonna be what the Bucks do normally. I could see though with Lattimore being out, which is kind of unfortunate, so we don't get to see the, revenge game or whatever. First time since him and Mike Evans got into that fight earlier this season.
My God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we miss out on that, but I could see a lot of force feeding Mike Evans tonight. Like just, quick 7 yards turn and Brady's just going to put it on his chest, and because it's not Lattimore, so they trust Evans over everybody else over there. Same with Godwin. I could see them actually leaning on the pass game more this game, just because of, if Fournette's not fully healthy, it's a rookie in the backfield. I could see them relying on Brady's arm a little bit more. But, yeah, the Bucks kind of need this one. If they lose today and they lose this weekend and we win, guess who's in first place?
Yeah, it's a weird time over here in the NFL. It's not exactly what I would say what we're expecting. Oh yeah, fact. Coach Prime over there to Colorado.
I want him to go to USF. That's where I want him to go.
Didn't the Cincinnati coach also go somewhere?
Yeah, he left for Wisconsin, I believe.
I thought Matt Rule was like a shoo-in to get that.
He got Nebraska. Congrats to Coach Rule, who's being a really salty ex lately.
Yeah, I see. I heard that there was like some new thing from him, but I didn't listen to it. Like
he was saying like
or something.
He said so many things. He's been on so many shows, obviously, because he got the coaching job. But he's been saying like, he said he didn't have any input on the draft when there's literally like full 45-minute videos of him making all the picks. He said if he could go back in time, he wouldn't take the job, which is just a fat lie. 770,
Wow, really?
7 years, 70, and you're saying you wouldn't take that? He's just being a bad ex-coach. He's saying he never threw anyone under the bus when that's all he did when Cam showed up. Yeah, he's being a salty ex, and I don't know why.
Colorado, Nebraska next year.
Coach Brown going to put up 60 on him. Please
How
do
you
it.
feel about? I see people like getting mad about it, and like other people are like, "Oh, you've never been inside a locker room." Of him coming into the locker room being like, "I'm bringing my luggage with me," like meaning the players, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, your program sucks. What did you players do this year? My team was good. I'm picking my guys over you guys.
Because what wasn't the number one recruit of last year played for Dion this year, right?
Corner. I can't remember his name. Yeah, but
apparently on like a Twitch live or something, he said like, "Oh yeah, I'll see you soon, coach." So you imagine he's gonna enter the portal come.
They already got 4 or 5 stars like the first like few hours into when he said he was going to Colorado.
I mean, you assume the NIL, Jesus Christ, NIL money is going to start pouring in. You assume that
Deion Sanders.
He's bringing his kid as well.
Deion Sanders.
I mean, I guess if he just was bad, then yeah, you kind of understand.
He also did kind of do a little bit of tampering because he said Shador was going to be the quarterback.
I did hear, yeah, and then he kind of backtracked it too at the same time.
Yeah,
he
Travis
was like,
Hunter, that was that number 1 recruit.
Let's see. I love how Prime approached set a standard. They were the worst team in the pack and worst in 2 decades. 1-11 with $177 million facility. Only weird.
They are. What are they? Pac-12. That's a big conference. They got so many things going over there to be that bad. Yeah, Coach Brown can do what he wants. That's what I'd say. Let him do whatever.
I also see a lot of people hating on him because he left a HBCU.
So what? He brought HBCU
to
a prime spot to where it's getting actual players.
Bro, I probably shouldn't speak on this because it's not going to end well. But like, have you seen Shannon Sharp's Twitter recently? Like,
I don't really see anything, bro.
People were asking him about Dion, and then he said like, I only went to an HBCU because like nobody else would take me because my grades were bad or something like that. Like if I had a different chance, I probably would have went somewhere else to start. And everybody's like, wow, like turning on the culture and things like like I said, I probably should just leave this alone. But like I don't understand how that can be a thought process. Like
Alabama's
listen. You think he's supposed to stay at Jackson State his entire life because he's black? Like that's what they wanted. Like you're turning on HBCU. Like that.
They just like the storyline rather than looking at it from a realistic perspective, which is, hey, I could go to a program, get better players, get more money,
and like that's the thing too. Like, oh, you turned your back on like Jackson State. He literally donated half his salary to the team. They have all new facilities.
Yeah, did you see the video of their new facilities too? Like,
yeah, that's like they're finally good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, so now maybe just the next coach that comes in, now he has a game plan.
Deion's gonna make sure they're gonna still be okay too. Like, it's not like he's just gonna like buying the stuff for the facility and all that. He's gonna make sure the next coach is a good guy too. Like, he brought them back, so that's just crazy to say it's wrong.
2 SWAC titles. Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the country. Power 5 just has too many resources.
Yeah, hard to turn that down as a coach. Opportunity to have all of that.
He brought college game day to an HBCU. People got to relax. Yeah, like, I don't know. I found it super. Like, if you have a chance, go on Shannon Sharp's Twitter and, like, look at the replies to the tweet. And, like, then there's people that were, like, saying, like, oh, this is why Shannon dates a white people. Like, you're black and you only talk to white people. Like, I was like, yo, well, this took a weird-ass turn.
Yeah. People are weird.
I don't know. I found it so weird that it was like, oh, he's leaving he's leaving an HBCU. Now he's a terrible person. Like don't you always want to leave the place you are in a better spot than where you found
Absolutely.
it? Like technically that's what you're supposed to do. And I don't think he could have done a better job doing that.
No.
No. We want more black head coaches in big positions. This is it. I mean, yeah, because like then you're also gonna have the same people that are like Yeah, like what? So it was the only proper way to leave is if you went to the NFL because like the NFL has that problem of like 99% white coaches. Like I have I don't understand. I don't understand. But whatever. Leave that alone because listen, we both picked the Bucks. Cool. That's tonight. This was one of the best NFL weeks of the entire season. Like this week was so fun to watch. The 1:00 games, listen, and maybe because being in New York, I just haven't seen a lot of good football. I mean, obviously being a Patriot fan, I have, but like in New York where I'm forced to watch the games, I haven't. I was sitting edge of my seat watching the Giant game and the Jet game at the same time. I had the 4 games up on the screen, watching Sunday Ticket. What game was I? What games were I watching? Obviously, I had the God. Now I gotta think back because listen, those 4:00 games, that was beautiful. Those 4:00 games on at the same time. Bengals and the Chiefs. Obviously, we're gonna get to 49ers and the Dolphins. We're gonna get to, but like I was sitting there watching some of these games, and I was like, damn, this is like Packers and Bears. Great game. You obviously don't. I mean, you kind of expect that because the Packers haven't been good and the Bears have been improving. But hey, Aaron Rodgers still owns them. Like that was a good game. The Lions beat the piss out of the Jags.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was watching that game mainly because I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who, by the way, Josh, this might be unheard of. This might be unheard. I'm putting some respect on his name this early in the show. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. I don't care. He is. If he was 5 inches taller, 4 inches taller, he'd be Julio Jones. I promise you.
He'd be very good.
He is a very good route runner. He's quick, doesn't drop footballs,
breaks hella tackles,
touchdowns. Like he does everything a wide receiver should. He's a little bit on the short side, but he is. I think he's unbelievable. And they activated Jameson Williams.
Yeah, Jameson.
Right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Off of IR. Kind of weird because they played him on special teams.
Really? They played him at all? I didn't see that. I just saw he wasn't on offense.
They activated him and they put him on special teams.
Kind of maybe just to get his legs out there. Just get out there.
Top rookie to be doing all of that. But, I mean, hey, whatever. I was watching the Eagles and Titans just because I thought that was going to be a game. Turned out not to be a good game, but I'll tell you what. And maybe we can make – Josh, how about we start with this because let's do that. Who's your MVP leader right now? Because I just mentioned it. Jalen Hurts is mine. It has to be.
Yeah, like, I mean, the record, his numbers.
Gen Z top 10 wide receiver rankings. CJ, come back next week. I got a little segment for you. I'll have a little segment for you.
When's the last time we did that last year?
Yeah, we haven't done a rankings in a long time.
They got pretty intense. Like Michael came on last year. They got pretty intense.
Yeah, he had some weird ones.
That was the NBA ones.
But like Jalen Hurts is the MVP right now.
I mean, Josh Allen was a close second. His numbers don't really speak to that anymore.
But this week, I think Hurts took the extra step. Like,
yeah, that was against a team like the Titans too. Like
29 of 39, 380, 3 touchdowns, and a run on the ground. Like Hurts is something this year. Like that was the thing coming into the season. Everybody wanted to figure out, right? It was like, okay, the Eagles got A.J. Brown. They have Devonta Smith. We know their run game is good based off of last season. The defense looks pretty solid. Can Jalen Hurts be the driver? This man's Dale Earnhardt Jr. Didn't think you would hear that on this show, did you? Didn't think you would hear me pull out a NASCAR reference.
I did not expect.
I know you didn't. Nobody on the show thought I would ever pull out a NASCAR reference. Which, by the way, I've never seen in my entire life. Actually, I lied. I used to be forced. Now,
if you had a choice right now to watch NASCAR or soccer, which would it be?
I would watch soccer, absolutely.
Okay, good.
I would watch 10-0-0 ties in soccer before
Not only is NASCAR just cars driving around.
I don't understand how anybody has ever sat in front of a TV screen.
It's so. Have you ever been we have a racetrack here in our town?
I've been to a racetrack before.
So loud.
Not NASCAR, so loud. Obviously, but see, not at my nan's house, the other side of my family, my grandma, they always watch NASCAR. Like whenever we would be over there, like for holidays or anything like that. I would really look at them like, what are you doing? Like, I am so.
I had a friend who was obsessed with NASCAR too. I hated it.
I can't do it. No, but Jalen Hurts is my MVP right now. I mean, listen, you throw Mahomes up there, obviously, because they're having a very good year. I think Allen's there because they're having a good year, and he's obviously contributing. I mean, I think he's responsible for like 80% of their touchdowns, so obviously he has to be up there. But like, I think now, after this week, and maybe I'm overreacting, but hey, it is Overreaction Monday usually. I think there's a little bit of a gap now. I think that there's like a true gap between Hurts and everybody else.
I agree. And I feel like this is the time during the season where that kind of has to happen. Like somebody always starts to separate themselves towards the end of the year.
Michael, this will never happen, by the way, because Dak is mid 99. They beat their Colts. Calm down.
Should have left. They put up 54 on them though, something like that.
Yeah, it was literally a 2-point game with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the third quarter.
What do we think about Jeff Saturday? How long is
I'm still rooting for Jeff.
I wanted to be on the staff, like make him assistant, associate head coach or something like that, like co-head coach. Let him be a morale guy.
Listen, maybe he just needs a real offensive coordinator. He could be a great coach. Hey, listen, you got to remember, the guy calling plays never called plays before in his life.
You didn't even spell it right, Michael, twice.
Yeah, I mean, this guy Michael's out here with,
How did you miss the O twice?
Typing individual letters to spell out Dak's name.
He missed the O twice.
Yeah,
and hit enter. That is just crazy, Michael.
Like, look, he's C. You got that right, and then I. Where's
missed the O?
Dak Prescott.
You got to extend it like Prescott because it's 2 I's.
Oh, now it's the autocorrect, Michael. All you got to do is tap the little X when it comes up. But I mean, what are we doing? Look at this. I changed to I. Look at this. He still can't get it right. Josh, this is old people things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is as old as it gets. This is my dad right here.
This is you know what? It's troubling, is what it is. It's a troubling development on this program. But yeah, I think it's Hurts right now. It sounds like you believe that as well. So I mean,
yeah, not really a close race anymore. It was for a while, but Allen kind of had a few games in a row where he just towards the end of the game, like he wasn't himself.
I think it was two or three games in a row of 2 turnovers. Yeah. Can't do that. Can't do that. But we go from that to what we were technically supposed to start the show off with is. Listen, let me read the whole sentence before you think that, like, why are you starting the show with this? So, Baker Mayfield gets released. Don't turn away. Does he go over to the now San Francisco 49ers, who obviously the big story out of that game is that Jimmy G, broken foot, out for the season. Also, fun fact, what is it, Bryce Purdy? Is that what his name was?
Brock
Purdy? Mr. Irrelevant in the draft last year. You know that he is not only the first Mr. Irrelevant to throw a touchdown pass, he's the first Mr. Irrelevant to ever throw a forward pass in the NFL.
He's going to have all the Mr. Irrelevant records if he gets to start.
I mean, he absolutely is. Geno better than Baker. I said it from the beginning. I mean, this year it is obviously true.
What does that even – I mean, what are we arguing there?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Geno's been unbelievable. I still can't believe that he's been that good this year. Listen, whatever. But I kind of want to get into the game as well because, Josh, are you worried at all? And listen, once again, it's an Overreaction Monday. We can do this. And then, you look back next week and the Dolphins go and beat the Chargers by maybe 45 points. You say, yeah, never mind. This is a top 10 defense.
I agree with this as well.
This is a top 10 defense for the 49ers. And, you look at the Dolphins. I'll just punch it up real quick. I want to take a look at their schedule just to, show everybody out there. Michael, we all made fun of your fantasy pick for Geno because you didn't even mean to do it. And everybody knows that going into the season, nobody thought Geno was going to be good. You didn't think Geno
was still a crazy pick for the time.
Literally.
It's not like you drafted this week 6. This was before week 1.
You didn't pick him up on waivers. This was the most random draft pick of all time, and it'll still be awful. Anyway, so let's just look at the Dolphins. So they played the Lions, bad defense, right? The Bears, bad defense. They put up 39 on the Browns, which is a solid defense. I wouldn't say it's fantastic. Texans, terrible defense. And this was their nice winning streak where we were like, okay, like they're really great contenders. They're this, that, they're this, that. They play a top 10 defense, which is what you're probably going to see in the playoffs, right? You're probably going to see a top, at least you got to say half defense in the NFL if you're in the playoffs. And Tua was terrible. Like the Dolphins did not look good in this game. Tua was 18 of 33 with 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Is it
last year? If he had that stat line, how do we feel about it?
I think we would have said typical Tua.
I think we'd be like, hey, outside the turnovers, Tua kind of looked nice, but he's been so good this year.
See, it wasn't like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's an overreaction or like people or you read into it too much.
I don't think it's an overreaction.
Like, is it? Here's the thing. Is it a bad game, or is it they finally play somebody up to their skill level and look what happens? Because like that's what I do with the Patriots, right? That's why I feel like people hate on me. It's like, okay, I was supposed to be happy because the Patriots beat the Lions like 39-0. Like the Lions have a terrible defense. Why would I care about that? And then they went and they played the Bills and they got absolutely smoked because it's like, oh, look, they finally played a team that's actually relevant. So like I don't know if it's the same thing with the Dolphins, but like that has to be a tiny bit concerning.
Well,
because the other thing,
take a look at the Eagles schedule. No,
the Eagles schedule is not very difficult. Not at all.
I think it's very hard to use schedules and like not overreact because
But then again,
it's normally teams with easy schedules are going to have good records and they're going to look.
Here's the other thing too, though. You kind of look at least with I guess the Dolphins do have some good wins on here. Like they did beat the Bills.
The Ravens game.
Yeah. But like at least with the Eagles too, it's like they destroyed the Titans, who I think a lot of people think are a pretty solid team. Yeah. Like they dismantled the Vikings, who are 10-2.
Yeah.
So it's like at least they have those quality wins. Listen, I don't think it's like a panic or anything like that. And I think the only thing why I say it is like a little bit concerning is because if you look at the game and like I don't know if you watched it at all, there were some times where like, yeah, Michael got me all thinking messed up. Like Tua was under pressure a lot of the game, don't get me wrong, where there were times he had an absolutely clean pocket into the ground. Like he just wasn't making the throws. So is it like, okay, hit Tua a little bit and all of a sudden he gets nervous? Shout out Draft Day. You know the movie?
Love that movie.
You see where the guy tells him, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, actually. He tells him, hey, go put on the tape after I get kicked out.
He had a dope name in that movie. What was it?
I don't remember.
It was so cool.
I just remember his phone because he had the knuckles on the side. And that's what I remember from it.
Arian Foster's in that movie too.
He is. Arian Foster's in that movie. He's like, hey, go put on the tape. And like you see the quarterback get sacked a couple times, and after that he's like kind of scared when pressure gets to him. Is that what it was for Tua? Or like I said, a bad game?
I'll just for now chalk it up as a bad game. I think the NFL is too inconsistent and weird to have a 1-game sample size and make that judgment. I don't know. I don't think he played as bad as. I don't agree that he's playing as bad as you're saying he is. I don't think it was that bad.
I mean, 18 of 33, 2 interceptions
against a very good defense. Against a very, very good defense.
Absolutely.
How many teams have we seen have amazing games against the Niners in the past couple of years? Honestly,
their defense is very good. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, is it?
I think it's an overreaction.
Concerning, though. Is it a little concerning that like against a good defense they look terrible? Because like you're going to play good defenses. You're not playing the Texans who you can beat up on. You're not playing, the Browns who is a lackluster defense. Like you're playing these very, good defenses and things like that. So, no, I thought it was just, a fun little thing to bring up because, hey, there are definitely going to be people out there that are panicking about it. But kind of back to the Jimmy G thing. God, you feel bad for him, don't you? Not Jimmy, but you feel bad for Jimmy.
Yeah.
Don't you feel
He'd find
bad?
his way back.
Like the 49ers, man, they can't catch a break.
Can't win.
Everybody gets hurt.
But this is why you get CMC, right? That's why you got Debo and CMC, so you can have a Brock Purdy in there and not feel dead.
I guess that's true, but there's only one example. Like, Josh, look back I'll give you, 15 years. The last time a top 10 quarterback didn't win a Super Bowl, or a team without a top 10 quarterback won a Super Bowl, besides Nick Foles. Because I think, listen, lightning strikes every once in a while.
I think the last one I can think, Baltimore won with Dilfer.
Exactly, but that's
and Flacco.
Yeah, but Flacco was good those years. Like, that's not the Flacco now.
Big Ben's rookie year.
But see, look how far we're going back.
Yeah, that was like 09.
Yeah, we're in the late 2000s.
Peyton Manning's 2015 against us.
Yeah, but that was an all-time defense. Like, that is one of the best defenses we've seen recently.
I don't know. That doesn't happen often. You need a quarterback.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. So, like, I don't know if it, like, absolutely crushes their Super Bowl hopes because, like you said, it is CMC, it is Debo, Kittle's there, Ayuk's having a very good season. And hell, Purdy did look good in the game. But I want everybody to slow their roll on him looking good in the game, too, because we did this with now I can't even think of his name, the Patriots backup.
Zappy?
Yeah. Zappy. We did it with Zappy. Like, oh, he has to be the starter because of this, because of that. It's like they have no tape on him. Nobody knows who Purdy is. Nobody. Now, listen, he'll probably even have a good week next week. I will go out on a limb and say he has a good week next week as well, because you'll only have like the rest of that game to really look back on, maybe some college film, whatever. Like, you don't know what he's doing in the NFL. I think like the third start, that's when you're like, okay, we got 2 games of film on him. We kind of know what the 49ers do already. So this is how we can defend him. So, like, even if he does have a good game, like, I don't want people out there being like, oh, my gosh, this is the next – because that's what we do. Every time a backup's good, oh, this is the next Tom Brady. Like, he's going to be fantastic. Why draft a quarterback when you have him as a backup? Like,
Right.
All right. So, I don't know if it kills their playoff hopes because, like I said, or kind of like what we both said, their defense is very good. And then you have elite weapons on the offensive side. So it's kind of for him. Oh my gosh, Aaron Judge is at the Tampa game talking to. Oh, is that Brady? Yeah, Brady jersey on? You wearing the Go jersey, Aaron?
You shaking in your boots every time you see his name on Twitter?
Every single time. Every single time I get an ESPN update, my heart stops. Every single time. I can't take it. I can't do it anymore.
You're just waiting for Jet to finally just break the news. And
If he leaves, I might have to take off.
What's the one team you don't want him to go to, or like teams you don't want him?
There's 30 teams in baseball, so 29 of them.
No, but like, what team would kill you to see him go to?
I think there's 3 obvious ones. Like if he went to the Red Sox, obviously it's a forever rival. You would hate that. The Mets, just because I would have to deal with Met fans being like, "Oh, look, we have Judge now." Or the Astros.
Didn't they make a move today? The Mets?
Mets, oh yeah, signed Justin Verlander, 2 years, $86 million. I think there's a 3rd-year option in there. Philly signed Trey Turner to an 11-year.
I saw that one.
11 years, $300 million. Oh yeah, there's been about $1.03 billion spent in MLB free agency so far, and Judge hasn't been signed yet. A big Carlos Rodon hasn't been signed. He's like one of the big pitchers. Xander Bogaerts hasn't been signed. One of the big shortstops. Dan Swanson hasn't been signed. One of the big shortstops. Carlos Correa.
You don't got to tell me what position they played. Remember, I watched baseball this year. Okay, I know Xander Bogaerts.
I'm not saying it for you.
I know Dansby. I'm
not saying it for you.
Yeah, you are.
Saying it for all the people who maybe not, involved in baseball like that. I know you're a savant.
I'm a big baseball guy. Okay, I know what's going on.
A baseball savant. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in baseball. Tune into a Backside Banter this week, Thursdays, 9 Eastern. Make sure we'll break everything down for you. Some reports that maybe does Matt Ryan try and ask for his release? Go over to the 49ers?
Well, did you answer? What do you think about Baker to San Fran? What did you think about that?
I don't know. Like, is it really
I feel
worth
like it's too late in the season to bring in a new guy.
You think?
Learn a whole offense when you're a contender. Like, just go with Purdy. He's been there all year, knows the offense, knows the guys.
Well, yeah, but you could also go with Purdy, maybe a couple weeks, and then maybe if he plays bad, you just go, oh, that's why we got Baker.
Yeah, that's what the Panthers have been doing for 3 straight years. Like,
yeah, but I mean, listen, Panthers coaching
work.
And playmakers, 49ers. You know what I mean? The scales are tipped in quite the favor of the 49ers.
I think they should stick with Purdy, though. Like what you were saying earlier about like overreacting if he has a good couple games. I think the difference between him and a guy like Zappy is dealing with Nelson Aguilar and Matt Patricia calling plays. This is not Kyle Shanahan with CMC and Debo to carry the offense with a great tight end and Kittle and the best tackle in the NFL and an elite defense. And, I think it's very different. I think Purdy's probably going to have a really nice season as long as he's playing just because of how good the Niners are.
What about Matt Ryan coming back?
Huh?
What about Matt Ryan coming back? Last time he was with Shanahan, he was an MVP.
I don't think the Colts are going to cut him. I don't think they'll do it. I think that's a very different situation than what's going on with Baker and us. I think that's a little bit different.
That'd be crazy.
I think how many quarterbacks though? Like, because San Fran has had Nick Mullins played. He looked really nice when he was a rookie when he showed up. CJ Beathard had a few nice games. Like, quarterbacks just have success kind of in Shanahan's offense and just in San Francisco. So,
hey,
all you got to do is
call Cam.
Huh? Shut up. Don't even bring it up. I mean, I don't even want to hear it. Even though I think he'd shine in there and they'd win a Super Bowl, I just don't want to deal with people on Twitter. That's just it.
Shine and win a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Triple option with Cam, CMC, and Devo, bro. Good luck. Good luck.
Well, you know who needs luck? The Chiefs. Apparently, anytime they face the Bengals. Because that is the 3rd consecutive win the Bengals have over the Chiefs. I believe since November 15th of last year. I heard this stat today. Since November 15th. Yeah. The Chiefs are 20-2. And the 2 losses are to the Bengals. Obviously, that playoff game and then this one right here. So, listen, 3 in a row. Kind of have the number. You got the number. And every time they play, they're calling it in. And, listen, can they find a way past, the Bengals? Of course they can. They're a very good team.
Can they?
All of the games have come down to, basically whoever has the ball last and kind of one mistake. Travis Kelce fumbles in this game. Like, you never see Travis Kelce fumble.
He had a bad game. Just a bad.
He had like 2 catches.
I was pissed.
Wow. Look what happens when you actually cover Travis Kelce. Why doesn't every team try and do what the Bengals do? I will say the Bengals play defense against the Chiefs very, very well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like every time they play, it's always like
Eli Apple looks like a top 5 pick.
Yeah, like you always expect it to be like, oh, Bengals defense is all right, but the Chiefs are about to put up 40. And then, like, all of a sudden it's the 3rd quarter and it's like 17-10. And you're like, how is this even?
The weird thing for all these games, like, just the Chiefs play unlike themselves. Like, they don't look like themselves against
No, they never look good. But
especially late in the game. Like, you look at last year in the playoff game, like, it is so unlike Mahomes when they're in field goal range to take a 15-yard sack. Like, he'd get rid of the ball all the time. Like, very weird to see that. Kelce fumbling and giving up the ball there.
Never happens.
You never see
it just
that.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, you just never see it. It's weird. They've played very uncharacteristically against them. So, maybe they see them in the playoffs. Wait, they don't play again, right? Obviously, they're not in the same division, so probably not.
There we go, Josh. Good job there.
Yeah,
nice save.
I had to talk through it, but if they see them again, it's going to be hard not to pick the Bengals. They got their number.
Be a hell of a game.
Yeah, always going to be, but right now it's hard to go against the Bengals against them.
I know you get the whole like, why can't the Chiefs beat the Bengals? I don't know how a lot of teams beat the Bengals. Like when the Bengals lose, obviously ever since last year when they went on that run, like I'm kind of, like when they got off to that bad start, I was like, why? Like what is happening? I don't understand how people stopped the Bengals. Like we talk about the Chiefs when they had, Tyreek and Kelsey. I mean, obviously even this year, with just Kelsey, they've been unbelievable. But how are you supposed to guard Chase, Higgins, and Boyd? And then, oh yeah, by the way, they didn't have Mixon in this game, who I would say, not a stretch, is better than Samaje Perine. Samaje Perine had over 100 yards rushing in this game.
Perine's a dog, bro. He is a dog.
I feel like he's been in the league
on my
forever.
bench, though.
Am I wrong?
What?
Does it not feel like he's been in the league for 50 years?
I think there was another Perine. I think.
Well, are you sure? Because
I thought the same thing last year when he started
Perine from like the Jeremy Hill days.
Yeah, but he's younger though. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna look
because I had the same thought, but I'm pretty sure it's not him. I don't know. Jeremy Hill though, what a name!
27. He was drafted in the 2017 draft.
Yeah, see, I thought he would have been a 2013 guy.
Nah, absolutely. When was Jeremy Hill drafted? 2014.
Did Jeremy Hill even after his rookie year? Did he even play anywhere else? Did he play anymore?
Is it? Nah, Jeremy Hill really is one of those people that everybody forgot about, huh?
I think people probably forgot about him because he only had 1 year. It was his rookie year.
I mean, yeah, his rookie year, 1,124 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Him and Giovanni in the
Next
backfield.
year, he only had 794, but he had 11 touchdowns. Then he had 893 with 9 touchdowns. Then he did absolutely nothing with the Bengals. He only played in 7 games at 116 yards. Went to the Patriots in 2018 for 1 game. Had 4 rushes, 25 yards, and was out of the league.
That's 5 yards a carry, and the league said we're done with you?
Bro, that's crazy. I could have swore that Jeremy Hill was so much better than that. I remember seeing Jeremy Hill and being like, yo, I'm kind of scared of him.
No, Jeremy Hill was a dog for that year. Same with Doug Martin. I thought Doug Martin had a longer prime, didn't.
You're going to sit here and tell me Doug Martin didn't have a long prime? Am I forgetting Doug Martin?
He did not have a long prime.
Really? Doug Martin to me was good for 10 years.
Absolutely not. He was good for 2 or 3.
Oh, come on, Josh. You're going to hurt my
Mighty Mouse?
You're going to hurt my soul right now.
I'm telling you. It's painful to see because you remember him, but
you know what? You would hurt my soul, but my computer just refuses to let me look up Doug Martin. Hold on. Let me look. I just got to see. I got to see this because I'm almost having a hard time believing.
Were teammates, college,
rookie season.
Didn't know
1454 and 11 touchdowns. Then he had some injury problems the next 2 years. Came back with 1402 and 6, and then he was terrible.
Yeah, he fell off.
This man had 2 good seasons.
There's a lot of I'm telling you, there's more running backs like that you remember. Oh, this guy was in the league forever. Nope, couple years, bounced around, 5-year career.
NFL's weird, man. You could have swore that some people were good for 10 years, and then you look at their stats, and it's I had 4 good games. Shout out Jonas Gray. Greatest one and done of all time. 4 touchdowns on a rainy night in New England.
Chris Matthews might be up there for one and done.
Who?
You remember Chris Matthews.
The wide receiver?
Yeah. Maybe greatest one and done because it was in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had a big game against us.
Mm-hmm.
Was not happy about that. Not happy at all. Wow. We should start doing a forgotten players thing.
We should. NBA, it's way more fun to do that, though. So many good.
Oh, no. The NFL has a lot of people that you just forget about. Even we mentioned him earlier, Arian Foster.
Yeah,
a couple dog. Years. Everybody forgets about him now.
Who else? David Johnson.
Brandon Merriweather.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some guys.
God, there were so many people. What a time. Where were we? I don't even know. Oh, back to the Bengals Chiefs, I guess. But yeah, it's just I don't know how you're supposed to stop them. you play man, and what? You're gonna leave Chase, because listen, technically you play man, you can double two people, right? Because you have two safeties in the back. You double Higgins and Chase, and you leave Boyd, Mixon, and Hayden Hurst one-on-one? Like, I guess you play zone. Okay, they're just going to stretch the field on you. Like, or you play, off coverage and whatever, keep everything in front of you. They can run the ball at you. So it's very difficult. And obviously, when Joe Burrow's on his game as well, and like what he did yesterday, like, this might be weird to say, but like, do you think almost in a way that sneaky athletic quarterbacks is better than like the super athletic quarterback?
No, I think it's beneficial in certain times, but
right, because like they kind of like Joe Burrow, right? He can run, and I even think about Herbert with it too, where it's like they're so good in the pocket and doing what they do, and then you forget about it because you're like, okay, I got to make sure that they're not slinging absolute dots all over the field, and then it's like a 3rd and 8, and you're like, okay, everybody stay on your man, do whatever, we're not giving up this 3rd down, and then all of a sudden Burrow's like, okay, I'll take off for 12, and you're like, wait a minute, he can do that too?
Yeah.
And what are we talking about?
I feel like that's got to be tough for coaches too, to balance that. Like, hey, he's sneaky, like could beat so many linebackers with his feet, but also like that's our franchise, so we can't call too many read options.
That has to be so frustrating for a defense too.
Oh yeah,
because like
the QB spy or not? How do we know? We don't know
exactly. Like, because like you can accept it with Lamar, Kyler, and Fields and Watson and things like that. You're like, okay, listen, they just ran a 40 yards on us because hell, they're fast.
Not Watson. Watson's not in that category right now.
Yeah, true. Well, previous Watson. Like, okay, we had everybody covered, and then they went out and escaped for like 30 yards. Sometimes it just happens when you play them. But like, you're playing Joe Burrow, who's like 98% pocket passer, and it's 3rd and 15, and all of a sudden they do a 30-yard post route to everybody on the field to get the coverage down, and then he sneaks out for
Matt Ryan's run from a couple weeks ago. Like
what the hell? He runs for a 1st down. You're probably looking at your teammates like, since when was that in the bag?
Yeah, like he can't. That's illegal. Throw the flag.
It's like Shaq hitting a 3. It's like you put all 5 people in the paint because it's like, well, he's not taking a jumper, and all of a sudden Shaq takes a 3 and he makes it. It's like, what now? What are you supposed to do?
That kind of reminds me. Did you see Dwight Howard in Taiwan? Did you see his highlights from that?
Oh, this man was out. What did he score? Like 38 points in his first game, like 25 rebounds.
My guy's a pick and roll ball handler now. He pulls up.
Did you see? I'm still trying to determine if that video of Curry's fake or not.
That's fake as shit, dude. Because the ball leaves the frame every shot, so I couldn't.
It does leave the frame every shot.
That's what I look for.
I think it is.
Reminds me of the LeBron one back in the day where he's shooting jumpers full court.
No, but see, that one was so obviously fake.
So is this one. He's doing this.
No. But see, here's my thing. Like, LeBron is taking a jumper.
He was shooting free throw.
Yeah. Oh, they did confirm it fake? Okay.
I don't know how so many people were kind of falling for it though, because don't
get me wrong, I thought it was fake, but in the back of my head, I was like, "Hey, maybe he's just."
Obviously, if anyone's doing that shit, it's probably Steph.
And that's the other reason too. I was like, "Shit!"
But that many? Who was it? 5 in a row?
I think it was 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah. When I kept looking at it
when I first watched the video, I didn't know how many there were, so I watched the video and like he makes one. I was like, "Damn!" Like, okay, cool. And I thought the video was gonna end, and then it just kept going. And I was like, okay. After the second one, I was like, because maybe you get lucky as hell, you make 2 in a row on some dude perfect. And then after the third one, I was like, all right, let's calm down here. But
never bought it.
Deep fakes are very good these days.
Yeah, they're getting good. Well, they have been for a long time.
Points bet commercial with Breeze getting struck by lightning. So,
yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I was no. Listen,
falling for it all.
No. I slightly fell for it, and I think I have a valid reason. So I saw him getting struck by the lightning. on the PointsBet Twitter. So then I go to their Twitter because I'm like, that has to be fake. They put out a statement.
Really?
Yeah, they put out like we're aware of the video, and we'll keep everybody updated. And I was like,
Good marketing.
wait, this like actually dead ass happened. And then like I scrolled up again on their Twitter like a couple minutes later, and it was like, we have to admit, like, it's just because we're so excited about these buzzing deals. I was like,
gotcha.
Oh. But like, they put out a statement.
That was just a very weird thing. It was so random. Like,
yeah, and it wasn't even like to me. It's not even a good pun either. Like, at least say like lightning fast deals or something like that.
Fast payouts. Look at Drew Brees.
Yeah,
struck by lightning.
but they said it was like buzzingly good deals or something like that.
These
like I guess
electric
slide.
These deals will make you feel like you got
struck real quick because it just reminded me. Yeah, you listen to that Drake 21 album?
I listened to some of it, not a lot of it. But I just love the memes though. I love the memes.
Banger.
21.
Can you do something for me? Hey. Nah, this man Drake said, that's how you know we cha-cha slide. I said, oh, okay. Got me.
I haven't listened to music, honestly, in a long time because I've not had a car quite some time either.
See, that's my thing. I only listen to music. I'm not a big, like, I'm a music guy. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy, like, if it's on, I'm not going to, like, go out there and be like, turn this off. But, like, my friends bump music, like, consistently, and I only listen to music in my car. So, like, the only time I ever listen to music is driving to college,
Mm-hmm.
And it's only like a 20-minute drive, so that's like 4 songs. So like I'm not sitting here like bumping music, unless I'm at an event. But yeah, that album went hard. We're so off topic, but what a show this is. Deshaun Watson, he's back in the NFL. Played this week for the Browns. And it was rough. Josh, I watched this game a lot because I wanted to see how he was.
That game was honestly crazy. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
It was very weird.
One offensive touchdown. It was like what, 24-17?
Yeah, something of that nature.
Insane.
No offensive points scored for the Browns. They had a punt. They had a punt return, a couple field goals,
a fumble on the one,
a fumble on the
one they ran in, a pick six.
Yeah. So what? A punt return, fumble six.
Pick six,
and then a field goal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So listen.
Guess you started Kyle Allen this week too.
Did you?
Had no choice. Do or die. Matt might knock me out of the playoffs, and he only has 3 wins. It's not fun.
I started Watson in a couple leagues, thinking listen, he's going to be rusty, but it's the Texans. He'll be all right. I still think I won.
Rusty. That was rusty.
No, rusty. No, he was off. I mean, the amount of balls that he just threw right into the dirt.
He was scrambling every drop back too when the pocket was fine. He was just leaving. Like, okay.
Yeah, it was certainly not a pretty sight. I mean, obviously,
People Jones touchdown though, the punt return that kind of saved me in fantasy because I started him. That one saved me.
It was good. Yo, Josh. By the way, speaking of fantasy, real quick, my team in my ESPN Money League went crazy. Crazy. My record.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 7-5. I'm about to be 8-5. That'll put me in first place in my division because I'm playing the kid in first place and he has a 1-game lead on me and I have about 300 more points scored. I'm the highest. I have the most points scored in the league. I'm 8-5. I think my brother has the third least amount of points scored in the league. I think he's 9-4. So very, very annoying. Fantasy is the dumbest thing ever.
Very tough. Very tough.
But yeah, I still have, because listen, we still play with the defense and kicker. Don't care. Shut up. I'm not hearing it. I still have Ryan Suckup left right now. I got 173 points currently.
That is quite a bit of points.
Listen to this. Fields gave me 19. McCaffrey got me 28. Tyreek got me 29. Devontae got me 37. And Amon-Ra St. Brown got me 34.
Nice.
So it was a solid week for the kid. Very, very solid week.
I only got playoff hopes in one league, so It's really
I'm
coming down
11-1 in that one league, bro. I cannot believe that.
What's our record for our team?
Our record, I believe we are. Hold on, let me check for you right now. I think we lost this week. Yeah, we did. But we're 10-2.
Hey,
The Gen Z squad is 10-2. And listen, Josh, I'm not gonna lie. We've been getting lucky. I think we have like one of the lower amount of points scored in the league, but we're somehow about to be 10-3.
Close wins.
But I mean, we have 1,393 points scored. You know what? Actually, no. I think that's the third most in the league. There's not a lot of high scores in this league.
Look at us.
Damn, see, the kid with the most points scored in the league has 1,659. He's 9-3. And then the kid in second place in our division has 1,605, and he's 8-4. Meanwhile, we have 1,300, and we're 10-2. So, a little bit of luck here and there, slightly. But, you know what? We'll take it.
I don't know what there made me think about this, but did you watch Wonder Boy versus Holland this weekend?
I did. Oh, unbelievable fight.
Great fight.
Unbelievable. I think actually CJ did mention it earlier. We just weren't talking about it yet. What did he say? Yeah, he said Wonder Boy the God.
Yeah, he was cooking.
I mean, hey, Holland said he wasn't going to take him to the ground, and he didn't take him to the ground. The one time they did, the one time he did, they stood back up, right?
Yeah, he got him down, but it was real quick. Good fight though, very good fight.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what the top 5 fight of the year.
I mean, we are towards the end of the year. I'd have to go back and look at.
I mean, listen, off the top of my head, you go with Yuri and Glover.
Yeah,
you go with Gagey Chandler. You go with that was this year.
Had to have been.
No, I think that was last year.
How many events have we even had? Like, there's because that was what UFC.
No, I'm thinking Chandler Poirier was a good one. That was this year, obviously.
That was very recent.
I'm trying to think of some other ones, but I don't know. That was a hell of a fight.
Shout out to Tuivasa too. Thanks for the
bro. What does that man have in his hands?
I don't know.
What's the dude's name? Dustin, you got to help me here. Who's the guy that Tuivasa fought? I should say. It starts with it's like a P. His last name starts with a P. Pavlicek?
Pavlich? I thought it was. I'm thinking of somebody else.
But like, Tai Tuivasa,
you got heavy hands.
Fought Cyril Gane, which, by the way, probably another top 5 fight of the year. That was a great fight. Yes. Well, yeah. Let's go with Sergey. Gane kicked this man Tuivasa right in the face. Didn't even drop him. Sergey knocked him out, basically, not a full knockout TKO, with a jab.
I think the hits are adding up. I think all these fights where he just stands and bangs, I think they're tallying up.
Gotta be, because it's either that or this dude is literally putting shards of brick in his hand.
That'd be crazy. He's a dog, though. He got heavy hands.
Dude is an animal. What's the we got a fight card that's coming up this week? We didn't even talk about either. The
do we?
Yeah, it's 283, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but
it's ass now.
Like, what is it? Is Magmed versus Jan Blachowicz?
Yeah,
for the title.
Because Yuri had to pull out, and then Glover didn't want to fight somebody on that short of notice, and
Patty's fighting. I mean, we could have talked about it, but I don't know too much about. I know Magmed. He had like a shock. He was one of the guys that was coming up the rankings, then he got knocked out. So now he gets title shot. Obviously, no Jan, but I don't know. When I saw Yuri was out, I was like, not too much to really say.
He said, "Yeah, I'm not buying that." Yeah, this is
not my money. You can't have my money for that one.
Definitely not the greatest card to end the year on.
Crazy how Dana expects us to buy 2 different pay-per-views. One of them is, Kevin Holland versus Khamzat, and the other one is Magmed versus Jan. And he's like,
yeah, we've had some bangers, but there's been a couple here towards the end of this year that have not been exactly what
we need Connor back. We need John back. Let's get it going.
Can you imagine how many buys McGregor Jones card would get?
That's got to be when they're no, because Jones will be back before Connor. So that'd be cool if both their first fights back though were on the same card.
Oh,
That'd be unreal.
be unbelievably fun to watch. Just have them fight at the exact same time too.
No, please, no. I want to see them both.
No, exactly. So you just make
Like
a
split
new,
screen.
yeah, in a split screen, but you make a new thing in the UFC. There's 5-minute breaks between rounds instead. So you just have like McGregor first round versus whoever he's fighting, 5-minute break. Once the 5-minute break starts, that's the first round of the Jones fight.
They should also do it where Joe Rogan's calling one. Joe Rogan and John Anik are calling one. DC and Paul Felder or Bisping calling the
I'm
other.
with it. Listen, we're brilliant.
And they try to communicate to each other what's happening. So it's just chaos.
Making hand signals like, "Oh my gosh, can
Yeah, just absolute chaos everywhere.
you believe what we're seeing?" No, because I can't see anything. Speaking of not seeing things, Zach Wilson might never see the field of play ever again. And his time. Listen, it's over. Time with the Jets.
You don't think Saleh give him another shot?
It's over.
I agree, only because they announced the benching without saying who was starting.
Not even that. I
That's
just think it's. Listen, here's the thing. I mentioned it at least when they benched him. He wasn't a captain at BYU, and what quarterback is not the captain of the football team? Let's be real here. I mean,
A lot of them.
Even in, I don't know about a lot. I don't know.
In college, a lot. In college, very often, actually.
Well, whatever.
But I get what you mean.
Listen, you didn't have to tell me. I didn't think Zach Wilson was anything special. I mean, Dustin, you didn't have to tell me.
I still think he's a dog.
Well, listen, don't worry. He'll probably be a Panther next year with the way you guys love old Jet quarterbacks.
Probably.
He'll probably be a Panther next year. But, like, they're wearing Mike White T-shirts to the game.
Braxton Berrios was.
No, the team. So
was Braxton. But Braxton Berrios has been Zach's guy. Like, the only one on the team that has stood up for him, and he had a Mike White shirt.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. He had a shirt that said Zach Wilson is good. He was wearing that one.
Yeah.
But they wore
they're wearing Mike White T-shirts. They're talking about how they would go to war with him. Garrett Wilson saying Mike White's a dog. Like, all of these things. And it's just, you think Zach Wilson's coming back? Like, even today, I don't understand it. Like, I guess you can't absolutely destroy the kid's confidence because he is a second-round pick. Maybe if Mike White gets hurt, then you don't want to go back to Joe Flacco. You can go back to Zach Wilson, whatever. But like Robert Saleh was asked by a reporter today, like, "Oh, do you still expect Zach Wilson to see the field again?" Like I know you had mentioned earlier that you wanted him to still be there, whatever. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's still a plan against Zach." But still a plan? When?
He also when he was talking about Zach Wilson, he like referenced some quarterbacks that got second chances, and he said like Rich Gannon, whose second chance was with a new team, and some other guys who like their second chance was with a new team. So he's like, Zach Wilson, he'll get another chance, just not here. Basically, is what he said.
Like I don't know. I think it's over. They obviously play very hard for Mike White. I mean, listen, I don't think he was great in this game, but he was the reason they were also in the game late. I mean, he threw a couple interceptions in this game, which obviously you don't want. But at the end of the game, he was the reason that they were still there. And honestly, they should have won the game because he hit Berrios in the hands.
Yeah, Berrios dropped that one. Yeah,
you get into the it was a little bit in front of him, but whatever.
No, he bobbled it. He had
two hands on it.
Yeah,
like you have to catch that, and then nobody's talking about anything other than, can you believe Mike White did it again? So I think it's over for Zach Wilson. Yeah, will he get a chance somewhere else? Yes. You don't know, and you want to know why? Because he's a second overall pick in the draft. If he was a 6th round pick and he was doing this, he would never get a chance again. But he's a second overall pick, so everybody's gonna be like, "Well, you saw the talent coming out of college. We're definitely gonna be able to unlock it now." No, you're not. I just don't think Zach Wilson's very good, but you obviously think otherwise.
I think I don't know. It's Mike White, sure. Like, what's the plan though? Like, the team is good, and you're all. It's a choice now, like for the future, not just the rest of this season. Like, are we going to give Zach Wilson another chance? Second overall pick, has the talent, or are we going to roll with a guy the team loves, the fan loves, he's produced? but he also produced. I mean, his start against the Bears. I think Zach Wilson does that against the Bears too. The Bears defense is ass. Zach Wilson's played some tough defenses in that stretch where people were telling him to get benched. He was playing against some tough defenses. So, I mean, sure.
2 yards in the second half of a game.
It was bad, but I don't think Mike White's putting up huge numbers either in that game. I don't think he's doing anything special. I mean, I still think there's hope.
Here's the thing. That's the thing, though. I don't think it's the fact of, I don't think he's doing anything special. I think it's the fact of anybody else could have done more. If you replace Zach Wilson with any other quarterback in the league that week, they beat the Patriots.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So,
I don't know. I think he's probably done in New York. Colts maybe give him a shot. No, Panthers maybe give him a shot. We'll see. Tom Brady retires. Maybe the Bucks go get him. The Saints. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that need help at quarterback. I don't think Zach Wilson's dead.
I do wonder if one of those teams that, don't have enough to trade up in this draft, to get a top 5 spot, go look at Zach Wilson and be like, hey, he was a second overall pick, and we can probably get him for a third now because he sucks. We might as well see if we can fix him.
That's what the Saints. I think the Saints are actually a perfect fit for a situation like that. They don't have picks because gave it all up for what is that offensive lineman? What's his name?
I can't remember it. I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about, but
yeah, I don't remember his name either. But I mean, that could be a move for them. I mean, the Saints are, kind of like a weaker version of the Niners, where you don't need too much out of your quarterback to have success over there. I mean, I'm a Zach Wilson believer. I think I've seen flashes from him that I think he can have success in this league. It's just wasn't in New York, and sometimes that happens. Drew Brees sucked in San Diego. Guess what? He's one of the best ever because he went to New Orleans. So we'll see what happens.
Have you seen the NFL draft order as it stands right now?
Oh, what's it go? Houston, Chicago, whoever has the Rams pick, which would be Lions.
You almost got it. Seattle, because they have Denver's pick.
Yeah, I forgot about Denver lost too.
Seattle because they have Denver's pick. Then the Detroit because they have the Rams pick.
And then us.
Then you guys. Then the Eagles because they have the Saints pick. Jags, Cards, Colts, Atlanta, Green Bay, Vegas. Then Houston because they have Cleveland's pick, obviously. Pittsburgh, Detroit, Chargers, Pats, Washington.
Houston
Tampa.
could low-key put together a nice offseason and have a fun offense.
I'm telling you right now, if they do this correctly, the Bears are the most improved team next year. They have $100 million plus in cap space. The second overall pick in the draft. They don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. You don't have to worry about that right now.
And I've asked this question a lot on this show and the Hard Count. What do you do if you're the Bears? Do you draft somebody there, or do you go? Yeah. Or do you go, we could probably get 3 future first-round picks from somebody?
It's a tough call because that defense could use Will Anderson. That defense could really use
it. But, they could also use
if the package is 3 firsts, if it's what, Miami got from San Francisco, yeah, I'd do it.
Or that, or what the Eagles got, or what the Eagles gave up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would be very, very tempted.
And players the Bears don't have the worst luck in free agency. Players like to play in Chicago. It's a historic.
Why not? It's a historic place.
Yeah, so I agree. I think they're poised to have a big free agency, especially because who's their new GM from the Colts, right? Isn't that where he was?
I have no idea.
They got GM from the Colts. I think that's who it was. But yeah, so no, not the Colts because that's Steve Ballard. I don't remember where he's from, but
he'll be all right. Yeah,
Chiefs. Actually, I think he's from the Chiefs. I think he's from the Chiefs.
It's going to be a fun. I think this offseason is going to be very fun. I mean, maybe for the Bears you go after a big running back too, because the running back class is going to be pretty nice. I mean, Saquon is out there.
Tony Pollard.
Pollard's a free agent. There's
a lot of them.
I just can't. I don't know why I can't remember it off the top of my head right now, but there's a solid amount of running backs that are going to be a free agent. So I'm quite excited for this offseason, I will say. And if you're a Bears fan, I don't know how you're not excited because, like I said, you don't need the quarterback, which is the most important position. You have the number 2 pick where you could get potentially a very good player or multiple first-round picks, I would imagine, at least a couple.
Mm-hmm.
and then $100 million cap, $100 million. Like go out and sign all the wide receivers and like some offensive linemen, maybe some defensive help, and then trade. Oh, could be very, very good. You could have
Could be nice, but it just sucks that that's going to be Motor City Dan Campbell's division for the foreseeable.
Listen, Lions have improved.
They got talent.
I'm telling fine. Here's the other thing: Lions have the 3rd pick in the draft. Everybody says quarterback. I'm not drafting a quarterback.
You sticking with Goff for another year?
Yeah. Listen, it is not the.
Or you trading for Zach Wilson?
No, it is not the offense's fault that this team is bad.
No, Jared Goff's been very solid for them. He's doing what he should.
This might be the best year of his career.
Yeah,
and he went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I agree. They get a secondary in there. I don't even think it's so much the front 7. Like, obviously, you want some help there.
Pretty solid, by the way.
Yeah, but I think that secondary, you get that fixed up and just at least decent enough to where you're not giving up 30 a game, and you give your offense a chance. Like, yeah,
they have the most. They have the most 30-point games in the league this year. The Lions.
Yeah,
the Lions. Like, Goff isn't doing that bad. I agree. I'd stick with Goff.
I don't know.
I'm not. If Will Anderson's there,
Will Anderson will be there because I think Houston's going quarterback. I think they're going.
Or do you do exactly what I said for the Bears? Do you just trade back, and you're like, hey, screw it.
This quarterback class. Honestly,
here's the other thing, Josh. Here's the other thing too. So you have your quarterback in Goff, which, would you like to improve? Worry about that later. But you have Swift and Williams, who's a good 1-2 punch.
Jamal Williams free agent, actually. He's in that class.
Oh, okay.
It's another name.
Obviously, you got to try and bring him back. Mm-hmm. You have St. Brown, who's a dog. You have, Jameson Williams?
Yeah.
I always want to say Williamson, like Zion, but Jameson Williams, who we honestly don't even know what he is because they've had him in special teams.
He's a dog.
Okay, so exactly. So he's going to be a dog. So you have 2 wide receivers, a good running back duo. I mean, I don't think their offensive line is that bad.
No, they got Sewell on the right side, and they got Taylor Decker on the left, so they at least got good tackles.
So you literally need defense.
And you got a guy that's going to be an elite pass rusher for a long time.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson's good, so you have your pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can fix this very, very quickly.
There's a lot of teams where it's like, hey, here, boom, boom, you might be.
Which obviously, listen, easier said than done because you can go out and pick the most can't miss prospect of all time at the cornerback position, and then all of a sudden they're terrible, and it's kind of
Jamarcus Russell.
Well, what happened there? Who?
Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, well, Like, you can go out and try and do this, and then it doesn't end up working out, and you look stupid. But like, there's a couple teams here that like you do a few things because like. The Texans aren't there. Like, the Texans need a quarterback. They need wide receivers because, I mean, Brandon Cooks is getting older. Their defense isn't good. Like, that's a whole team rebuild. Like, you're not even close there. But, like, the Bears, we said, you got your quarterback, you got, like, whatever. Could be very, very fun. So some of these bad teams might be getting very good very quickly. All right, Josh, time to go into our little segments here that we like to do because we got our quarterback of the week. And listen, I waxed poetically about him earlier. I'm sticking with Jalen Hurts.
I'm sticking with Jalen, too. I mean, there were some other good games from some guys this weekend. Like, obviously, Dak had a good game last night. Yeah, Burrow had a good game. But Jalen Hurts just put on the show.
How about your player? How about your player of the week?
My player of the week? I don't have one. I'm getting one right now. I forgot to do player of the week.
Oh, look at this. I'm going to go.
You go.
Listen, I want to go St. Brown. Listen, I'm going to do a wide receiver trio. I don't have a player. I have players because they were all so good. Okay. And they were all, not all of them on my fantasy team, but 2 of them. Mon-Ra St. Brown, 2 touchdowns, over 130 yards. I think he had 10 catches or something like that, or like 11. Devontae Adams, 2 touchdowns. He was unbelievable. And then A.J. Brown playing against his former team.
That's what I was about to pick, A.J. Brown. Against his former team, he had that really nice – he had more touchdowns than he's given credit for because I thought that one where his foot touched the out of bounds still counted. It's a good catch.
Okay. Yeah, it's been unbelievable. Josh, this is more for you because we all know I don't really watch the NBA that much anymore. How about a player of the week for you?
Yeah, I'm going with a guy who, we basically all wrote off because we wrote the team off.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is back. He is completely back. Just had 55. I believe the 2 games before that he had 29.
So you're saying 55 is good?
The Lakers might be back, honestly.
Oh,
I mean, they do have to see us in the play-in, which is unfortunate. They'll be back next year. So,
yeah, because I mean, let me tell you something. The SGA coming for your neck.
we're
This
actually
man's
only
a
down by
walking
7 against the
30
Hawks
piece.
right now.
A walking 30 piece.
Low key, I kind of want us to go out, the Thunder, go out and trade for somebody, dude. I'm trying to make a playoff run. We got an MVP right now. I'm trying to see some playoff action, bro. Fuck the picks. We're not getting Victor. The Spurs entertain.
I'm telling you, I don't want 2 tall, skinny dudes. Trade Chet and a couple first.
We already have that. We have Poku and Chet already.
I'm telling you right now, trade Chet and a couple first for the first overall pick. Get Victor.
Hell no. Why would we trade Chet? He's literally
Victor's
him.
10 times better.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No.
You know that.
You're not allowed to say that until we have the number 1 pick. We are a Chet. A pro Chet.
Well, I mean, listen, the only reason he's not playing this season is because you wished bad things upon him.
No, don't even bring that up because that was you.
Can't believe that happened. Prayer circle or the respect on my name. I already added somebody to put respect on my name. I don't know if you want to add anybody, Josh, to any of those categories.
Respect. Shit, let's put SGA in there.
Okay.
Let's
We
put
can
him
put
in
some
there.
respect on SGA's name.
Let's put some respect on there. He's a dog. People are saying he should 1 out so he can go be a co-star somewhere else. No, he runs the squad. He's a franchise player. I love what he said in an interview the other day too. They were like asking him about his performance and everything. He's like, hey, I could put up 30 every night, but we lose by 90. It's about the other guys on the floor. This is a 15-man team. I was like, I love that. That's my star player.
And they said, and what did they say, Josh? That he wanted to trade. He wanted out.
Yeah, he said he didn't like it here. He loves it.
Wrong.
Back. It is so nice to see the Thunder win. We're 10-12, Connie. We're 10-12.
Hell yeah.
We're good now.
You got any winners and losers?
Hell no.
No?
Actually, winners, Nebraska getting Matt Rule.
Okay.
Good pick up there. But Matt Rule is a loser because he keeps being a bad ex. Leave us alone. We fired your ass. Get gone.
Well, obviously, Josh, we missed last week, but I decided we'll lift the curtain here a little bit. I went 11-4-1 without the Monday night game on the hard count. So we're just giving both of us 11-4-1 record for this week just to make it look like we didn't miss out on any of last week because we didn't make any picks. Basically, I'm doing Josh a favor here because let's be honest.
I would have went like 13-1-1.
Yeah. Let's.
I actually would have guessed the tie. So.
Okay. Okay.
Saw that coming a mile away.
I believe it. Okay, LeBron, but we I've been doing week 12. I've been doing week 12.
They were getting ready for the game.
What did you say?
Oh no, I was just saying. Like I saw a video of Taylor Heineke warming up. And I was like, something's just feels like a tie.
Feels a little bit off.
I called him and told him. So.
Oh wow, that's very interesting from you. How do we do in week 12 though? Do you know our record from week 12?
I do. I believe you beat me by 1 that week. Who did I take?
So technically, is this number wrong, you think? Oh, it has to be wrong because I didn't.
No,
well, no, it's not.
It might be.
No, it is. Because.
No, it's not.
No, it has to be wrong.
No, this is what I texted you last week.
I don't. Okay. Well, what was our record? So what were we last week? Because
I went 9-6. You went 10-5 last week.
All right, but what was our record supposed to be? Because you always tell me what our record is supposed to be as well.
I'm 92, 82-1. You're 96, 78-1.
But that was last week.
This is what I texted you last Monday, yes.
Okay, so that means technically That should have been a record for last week. Then I was supposed to add on the 11-4-1 from this week.
So I would be.
Hold on. We're gonna do this live. Ready? Hold on. Let's
11-4-1.
11-4-1 this week. We both went technically.
Okay. I would be 103,
Okay.
86, and 2.
86 and 2. Okay.
You would be 107, 82.
Hold on. 107
82
and 2.
Yes. 4. Yeah, there it goes. 4-game lead.
Look at that. You see that beautiful live editing?
Boom. Behind the scenes for you guys.
Yeah, listen. Can't do everything, 4-game lead at week 14. It's over. You want to just concede or no?
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
Oh, no. I was being dead ass.
Well, dead ass? Hell no.
If you want to be embarrassed, Josh, I want a crown this year. I want you to send me. I don't care if it's Burger King. I don't care if it's. I'll wear a tiara. I want a crown for winning the pick segment 3 years in a row when I do it from you. I'll give you my address. I'll even pay for postage.
Okay, then I want the same if I win.
But you're not going to, so it's fine.
What if we did like, I don't know, like a trophy where you can put like the.
I think we should.
Like the seasons, and whoever won gets to keep it for that season.
All right, let's buy a trophy. We'll go halvesies on the trophy.
I will too, out of respect for the past seasons. Allow it to have the past seasons that you've won it on there.
Perfect. It is time to take risks, Josh.
You've obviously missed the past few because I have been taking risks. That's all I do because Connie doesn't like to.
So I like to win. I have a lead. Why would I not play for the win?
No, you don't like entertainment. You like boringness.
I like to win.
No, you don't.
And honestly, I pick the games the way that I think they're going to happen. Why would I take a weird risk on a game that I don't?
Because it's the NFL. Like, it doesn't matter how you feel. Like, this game might be crazy.
Well, clearly it does because I'm up 4 games on you. So it clearly does matter.
You're up 4 games because I once again did the Panthers thing this season. That's why you're up 4 games.
How many times did I go against the Panthers, though?
All but like 2 weeks this season.
Once again, I don't know whose fault this is besides his. Anyway, we'll start off Thursday Night Football. It's the Raiders.
You ever heard of peer pressure?
The Rams. What?
You ever heard of peer pressure?
And listen, it's not my fault. You folded to it. I'm going with the Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders, too.
Jets and the Bills. Listen, Jets did beat the Bills last time. That game was in NY, obviously. Mike White is the quarterback now, not Mr. Zach Wilson. No Von Miller. Still going with the Bills.
Me too.
Okay. See, I thought that would be one where you take a risk and go with the Jets.
No, I'm trying to win.
That's fine with me. Browns and the Bengals. If this was like a year later and Watson's been on the field for that long, I would potentially pick the Browns. But I'm going with the Bengals.
Give me the Browns. It's going to be one of those weird ones where it's like, you see how bad Watson looked like last week? It's going to take
now he has 430 touchdowns.
Boom, he's about to look like an MVP this week.
The ultimate trap game, Texans and the Cowboys?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, definitely not a trap game.
You see what Kyle Allen did against the Browns defense last week? What do you think Michael Parsons is going to – this guy's hands going to be shaking?
I don't think this is going to be a fun watch, by the way. Like, this is one of those games where I say, unless you're a fan of either team and you watch it, you need help. Clinical help.
I think Cooper Rush starts the second half of this game.
Wow, the second half is crazy. This is, Josh, 10-2 Vikings versus, I believe, the 5-7 Lions? The Lions are the favorite.
Really?
Yeah. The Lions are favored at home. I think it's like a 1-point spread type of thing, but they are the favorite to start out on the betting odds. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Lions.
I am too, because the sports books know things we don't.
Not even that. I saw what Matt.
No, give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
See, I saw what Mac Jones and no-name receivers did to the Vikings secondary. Top 10 wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goff about to be out. Amon-Ra St. Brown, book it right now. 114 yards, a touchdown, 8 catches. There you go. Jags, who just got destroyed by those Lions, and the Titans, who just got destroyed by the Eagles. I'll go with the Titans. I mean, come on.
Titans are very good. Just Philly made them look not like it, but the Jags stink. Shout out Trevor Lawrence for doing his, coming out of the tunnel. Just I'm back. Fake injury, Derek Carr moment.
Yeah, he pulled the Paul Pierce.
I thought his knee was.
No, I really did think he was
like, dang, like number 1 pick, and he's gonna be out for like a year. I'm like, he's playing today again.
Yeah, when he came back out, I was like, there is no way that he's playing again.
Yeah,
and then he did, and I was shocked. But whatever. This is a game. This is a very, very fun and important game. Eagles at the Giants. I got to go with the Eagles, but this is going to be a dog fight.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Eagles. I don't know. The Giants, like, they're still very good. But I don't know. I haven't seen, like, the other teams, like, we've seen the Jets kind of get better and better weeks, and obviously teams like the Guardians, Commanders.
Baseball, I'm a big baseball guy.
Yeah, right over here. You need baseball knowledge, I'm right here. But the Giants have kind of stayed around the same to when we thought they were starting to be a good team. So I'm also taking Philly. I think the Giants are, I don't know, not as hyped about them as I was earlier in the year.
Ravens at the Steelers. Listen, we didn't even talk about Lamar being injured. He's apparently
They said not season ending. They said not season.
Yeah, because when it first happened, I think it came out that it was like day to season ending.
What was the injury?
I think it's something to do with his knee, but then somebody else had said that it was his hip. I mean, I know he has a lot of injuries right now. Like, he was on the injury report because of a hip, and I think in the game he hurt his knee, which might affect the hip. So I don't know.
You know the bones.
Exactly. Then it's connected to the. Shout out that Hannah Montana episode. She made a banger out of the bones. Crazy.
One of the greatest shows of all time.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Give me the Steelers. I like Huntley.
You like Pickett more?
I don't know if I like Pickett more. I
don't. The Ravens.
The Ravens. Okay.
In the Ravens.
All right, listen. I'm not Josh. Can we skip this game? Chiefs and Broncos. I refuse to talk.
Russell Wilson versus Patrick Mahomes. Isn't this a game we're all hyped for this season?
Everybody should have been.
I mean, this is a game of the year.
And this is one of the worst games probably anybody will ever watch.
What if it actually happens, though? Like, what if this is actually a game of the
year? Have they scored 30 points this year?
They had to have.
I really don't think they have. The only game that I remember them being high scoring was the first game against Seattle.
Well, but then that didn't hit 30 because they only scored because I kept turning it over in the red zone. I'm looking it up right now.
I don't think the Broncos have scored 30 points. I don't know if they've gotten past 24.
Let's go week by week. They had a bye week last week. No, they didn't. They only scored 10 against us.
Yeah.
And then they had their bye week the week before that.
Uh-huh. Didn't score any points there.
They had 30 against – nope, that's the Bears. Where they always – they're not even on – they can't have 2 bye weeks. That's not allowed.
Josh, it is not this difficult.
It is apparently to find their logo.
All you got to do is click on the Broncos.
Oh, you're right. I can't just go to there.
Oh, my gosh. Who's the old person now? I thought it was Michael.
I don't know how to work these telephone devices.
Listen, they had 16 against
the
Seahawks.
I'm doing it. I already committed
16 against the Broncos.
Read them.
Or 16 against the Texans.
No.
Jesus.
I get to read them off.
Go ahead.
It's loading. Okay. Still loading.
All right. So,
No, I'm about to be there.
bro,
I am right here.
The amount of dead time on this episode.
This is
because
great
of you.
audio for the non-live viewers. This is great audio.
Great audio. Nobody even knows what's happening.
This is what the people are here for. This is what they signed up to be a part of when they clicked on.
There's no way it's still loading
on the live stream. They have scored 30 points 0 times. The highest they scored was 23 against the Raiders. That's the only time they've been over 20.
Thank you. I knew that 5 minutes ago, but
can you believe that, Connie? Breaking news: the Broncos have only scored over 21 times.
Yeah, I know. I definitely. I didn't know that.
That's it for this edition of quick stats with Josh.
Jesus.
Quick.
Bucks at the 49ers. I mean, hey, with no Jimmy G, this turns into a little bit of a closer game because honestly, I probably would have picked 49ers because the Bucks have been struggling. Like, I mean, even in this game, they got into the red zone, had to kick a field goal because they couldn't punch it into the end zone. I'm gonna go with the 49ers. Actually, I'm still gonna go with the 49ers.
I am as well because this will be the game that gives the Panthers first place.
I see. Oh, it's Trevor Penning, by the way.
That tackle.
The lineman for the.
Yeah, Trevor. Is he good? Is he at least good?
I have no idea. He got hurt at like training camp, I believe it was, and then took a little bit of time for him to come back, but now he's back. Your Panthers and the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks.
Dolphins and the Chargers. I want the Chargers to win this game so bad.
But they won't because it's Brandon Staley and that run defense over there.
Just because Emmanuel Acho was so annoying. Have you seen him on Twitter?
What do you call him? Social media quarterback?
Yeah. And that Tua's listen, I think Tua's having a great year. He is not better than Justin Herbert.
There are very few people in the league who are.
If you can make a straight up trade for Tua and Herbert right now, you're telling me the Dolphins would say no?
How many firsts?
They would help pack Tua's bags for him.
Tyreek would be in that trade if I'm the Chargers.
They would hire a moving van, a moving company for Tua.
What would you rather have, Justin Herbert or Tua and Tyreek?
I think Herbert.
Really?
I can find another wide receiver.
That's a tough question though. That's tough.
Well, how about this? How about let's make this question simpler for me, maybe. So I'm trading Tua and Tyreek to the Chargers for Herbert. Does that mean they're going that both teams stay the same?
We could do it. We could do two different ones. It's just to start your team. You get 2 or you get 1, or you're the Chargers and that's the trade.
If I'm just the Chargers, or if I'm just the Dolphins, I would do it because, hey, I still got Waddle.
And Gesicki, too.
And Gesicki, I still got
who made that catch first play
I still got Jeff Wilson Jr. I still got what's the coach? Mike McDaniel, who's actually smart, unlike Staley.
Coach of the year.
Yeah, nah, I'm still giving it to Sirianni.
No, when he said, no, I fucked up.
No,
Coach of the year right there.
Hey,
Coach of the year.
You love a coach taking responsibility, not always it being on the player.
I love Mike McDaniel. He's the best. Have you seen his interview on Pat's show?
Who?
Mike McDaniel.
I don't think I saw the full thing.
It's hilarious.
I would imagine it is. Herbert's messing up, bro. Herbert, have you seen the team?
That team is fucking up Herbert.
Nah, both tackles out. Center's been in and out. Mike Williams hasn't played.
Herbert's not. I wouldn't even say he's fucking up. He's just giving the ball to Eckler a lot. That's really what it is.
When it's basically your only option because Keenan Allen took longer to recover from a hamstring than Brian Robinson a gunshot.
Made a hell of a catch though today.
Oh my God,
that's a hell of a route too. Beautiful route.
Beautiful. But yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins. And then the Pats and the Cards. Forever NE, baby. Give me the Pats.
We disagreed on 3. And I don't feel good about one of them. If I were to sweep this week and if I were to pick Arizona and sweep, we'd tie. I'm going for Arizona this week
Okay.
because I really don't have a choice. We're getting to the late season.
Okay. Hell yeah. Well, listen, that does it for the pick segment as well. And honestly,
Perry
that does it.
took risks.
That does it for the show. That ends the show. A wonderful little comeback for us because we missed last week. Appreciate everybody for stopping by, interacting in the chat as per usual. Always fun to talk to everybody. Listen, for me, Anthony Conover _. You can find everything that I do over there. You can check out my link tree. That'll take you to all the pods. This one, the hard count, which is Tuesdays at 9 Eastern. Talking everything in the football world. Backstop Banter is Thursdays, 9 Eastern. That's everything in the baseball world. Me and Michael have taken a couple weeks off, but obviously we're going to come back this week, talk about everything that's been happening in free agency, especially because apparently Judge is supposed to make a decision by Wednesday.
Ooh.
My fingers are crossed.
You are on your toes, bro.
I literally cannot do it. I can't do it. You don't. Oh my God.
That's I can't relate. I've never. I mean, KD's was out of nowhere, so I haven't had a star be like free agent decision. I haven't ever had that.
I'm begging.
Out of your own pocket.
I can't even talk about it. Can't even talk about it. Appreciate all the love. But yeah, you can check out everything I do. Just go to my Twitter, Anthony Conover _, and you'll find everything. Josh, where can they find you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at JoeLynn _4. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can chat in here with us like Christian, Dustin, Perry, and everybody did. Stay tuned. You know, maybe new codes coming. Who knows? But I still do use Underdog. Great website.
Yeah, we're looking into some new business ventures.
Underdog may not be gone. Great website, though. Regardless if they are, go use their website. Great
I do enjoy Underdog.
Yeah, great way to make some money. And tune in Monday, 7 Eastern.
All right, everybody. With that being said, appreciate you for tuning in, and catch you on the next one. All right.